Hello everybody, this is English for You and a very warm welcome to the program. If you understand what I'm saying, you are tuned to the right channel and you are watching the right program. Today in the studio, I'll have my Fazeka students. Kata, how are you doing?
Everything's all right.
Szabolcs?
I'm fine, thanks.
Great. How's it hanging, Victoria?
Everything's great, thank you.
Victor, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Mati, my private student.
Hi,
how
Victor.
are you, Mati?
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Really?
Just great. Everything is great.
I'm happy.
Today's special guest is Mr. Jamie Winchester. Thank you very much for coming. And Jamie is a musician, and he has played with a couple of Hungarian pop stars, and the first task is going to be very demanding. I wonder if you can recognize the first pop star, which is going to come up on the projector. If you recognize her, would you put up your hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would you say the name 1, 2, 3?
Zsuzsa.
Excellent. Jamie, what's the story with Zsuzsa? When did you meet her and the story?
Zsuzsa was one of the first people that I started to play with here because her keyboard player was a good friend of mine. We'd been working together, and he invited me to go and play in the band in like 1992 or 1993, I think.
So for a couple of years?
I left last year, or we stopped working together last year, so it was about 7 years.
Did you sing?
I sang backing vocals and I played guitar.
Rhythm?
Whatever, acoustic mostly, so mostly rhythm. But there isn't very much electric guitar in that show anyway.
Okay. So the next star is going to be... Put up your hand if you recognize. Szabolcs is very, very happy. Say Szabolcs.
He's Tátrai Tibor.
Good. And over to you, Jamie, again.
Tibor, I met him about 5 years ago. They invited me to join Tátrai band as a backing vocalist, and I said I would be very happy to go if I can play the guitar as well, because I don't like to stand at the back of the stage with two girls and go like this. And they thought about it for about 3 months, because Tibus had never had a rhythm guitar player next to him. He always played on his own. And after about 3 months, he came and he said...
What's his nickname?
Tibus.
Tibus?
Tibus.
He's an excellent player, right?
Whatever, yeah, he's great. He's an enormous musician and a very big-hearted man, so like a really big man.
Good. And the next one?
I'm terribly interested.
A real Hungarian heavyweight megastar. And if you recognize him, put up your hand, will you? Would you say the name 1, 2, 3?
Ákos.
Okay, so what's the story with Ákos?
Again, he originally invited me to do backing vocals on his album, and we became good friends, and we realized that we both liked the same kind of music, and I started bringing him songs when I'd written a song to see if he liked any of them, and occasionally he records them.
Right. Was it a mutual kind of thing? Because if I know well, Ákos has a lot of English songs, I mean, songs in English, and he wrote the lyrics, the words for a pop song. I mean, did he show you the lyrics for a sort of checking or sort of help?
No, never. He would never need to. And as I mentioned to you before, I mean, I write lyrics in English as well. Ákos writes much better lyrics than I do in English.
I know. It must be that Ákos used to be a Fazeka student, so that must be the answer.
Probably you taught him, didn't you?
No, I did not, but I know his English is excellent.
No, it is. He really speaks very, very good English, and he concentrates on lyric writing a lot. So he turned it into an art form, and he does it very well in English and in Hungarian.
Right. Jamie, are you Irish, English, or Hungarian?
Oh, tricky. Do you mean on paper or in my heart?
In your heart.
I think well, basically I'm Irish in my heart with some kind of a very strange and deep connection to Hungary. I don't know what that is. There are lots of theories about it, like my previous life or something, but I don't know. I'm on paper, I'm Irish. I was born in Northern Ireland, which made me British for a while, and then I changed it and I got my Irish passport.
What if I show you this word card?
Yeah, interesting town.
You were born there?
Next to it.
Next to it, pretty close.
Away. Yeah, very close.
Okay. And we're going to have a picture of Belfast, and I would like you, Vicky, to say a few sentences about the picture. So try and describe the picture.
Okay, it's black and white, first of all, and it seems like either a riot or a policeman, armed really, and trying to fight against crowds or keep them back so that they don't damage the streets.
Very violent.
Yes.
Cotta, I think you're interested in Ireland and Irish culture. What do you have in mind if I say the word Belfast?
Well, I looked it up in a book and I found that from 1969, riots and increasing violence took place in Belfast, and after British troops were called in, the disorders became more violent because the IRA, which is the Irish Republican Army, used bombs and firearms, and so they were killing civilians also and policemen, and it's still continuing, or they have just stopped it, I don't know.
Yeah,
Jamie,
who
thank
knows?
you, Cotta. Excellent. Thank you very much. What if I say that Belfast is a battlefield, a place where there are fights all the time? Is it your memory too?
No, not true. It's not true. Belfast, I wasn't living in Belfast. I was living in a small town next to Belfast, but I was there from 1970 until 1977, so right when the problems were happening. And I never saw anything. I never had any problems. I never had to pull my head down on the street because the bullets were flying over. Belfast is different because they have some very, very hot areas in Belfast where the Catholics and the Protestants are too close to each other and they have trouble. But it's not... everybody thinks that if you go to Belfast, you have to wear a big hat and dodge hand grenades, and it's not true. You know, it's not true at all.
Right. Thank you very much. You said that deep in your heart you are Irish, and we're going to put your Irish identity into a test.
Oh, I was worried about this.
Because Coffee Mozart has offered us Irish coffee. So that's what we're going to taste. And Adrienne, would you just come in? And this is Adrienne from Coffee Mozart. And I saw your picture in one of the newspapers. You know, the story is that she has just won a beauty contest, believe it or not. And look at this wonderful costume. And you're not allowed to touch the Irish coffee just yet, but just a little bit later, because it's going to be Jamie who's going to put together the ingredients, and we'll see whether he's right or not. And all right, beautiful, beautiful. This is mine, isn't it? It's mine. Thank you very much. And if you look at the projector, you can see the ingredients. What are the ingredients? Would you help me, Jamie?
Irish whiskey, black coffee, sugar and cream.
Is that correct?
It's correct, and I'm really glad you wrote it, so at least I know what order I have to put things in now. Yeah, it's correct.
And watch the word whiskey, because if it's Irish whiskey, you have the E here. If it's Scottish, this is without the E. Am I right?
As far as I know.
Okay, good. I'm just looking at you. You're so beautiful with this costume. Wonderful. So, Jamie, over to you.
I'll
so
put it together. The good thing here for me is that the cream is whipped cream, because normally you have to do it with unwhipped cream, which makes it very tricky. And I'm not at all sure what to do now. What do I do with this? Oh, I see. Oh, no, okay. First the whiskey.
So whiskey first. Whiskey first. Oops.
This is the good thing about having a musician on the program. You get to drink.
Right.
Not much.
Not much.
Okay.
And a little bit of black coffee.
Black
I
coffee.
believe it's espresso, isn't it?
I don't
Yeah.
think the Irish really know what espresso is, but I'm sure it is.
A little bit of sugar. Right.
If I ever get it right.
Okay. And now it's going to be Adrienne's turn to
I'm
put
so glad about this
on
part.
the cream. Beautiful. It's floating, right?
Yeah, but this is a bit of a cheat. I mean, you're supposed to be able to do it without the cream being whipped and make it float on the top.
Right.
That's the real thing, but this is pretty good too.
Okay. And
And some of these.
coffee beans. Right.
Coffee beans.
I would like you to take your Irish coffee, Matthew, you too.
Oh, thank you.
And before anyone takes me to court, I must say that these kids are almost 18. Matthew, how old are you?
30, no, 23.
How old are you?
23.
See? Number one. Number two, there's very little whiskey in it, right?
I noticed.
Number three, believe it or not, I asked your parents for permission. So you are allowed to drink. I swear I did. So let's taste it right now. Okay. Cheers.
Slanta.
Say it again.
Slanta. Slanta.
Irish word? Slanta.
Gaelic word officially, although my mother's probably going to kill me for that.
Oops. How do you like it?
Not bad.
Not bad, is it?
Good stuff.
Good. Adrian, thank you very much. And thank you very much. Say thank you to Café Mozart. And all right, be careful with that coffee. The thing is that I feel like singing, maybe because of the whiskey, I don't know, but sort of, I feel the urge. So Jamie, would you grab the guitar? And it's going to be an Irish folk song. And this is a fantastic opportunity for me to sing and to play with a professional. I've never ever done that before.
Let's just hope I get it right.
Maestro D major. I've been a wild rover for many's the year, and I've spent all me money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with money in great store, and I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover, no, never, no more. I went into an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady me money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such a custom as your I can have every day. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover, no, never, no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover, no, never, no more. Wow.
Whoa.
Thank you very much.
And if we rehearsed, then what would happen, right?
Thank you very much. Great. Okay. Right. When you listen to pop songs, do you listen to the words? Do you listen to the lyrics? Szabolcs?
Yes, usually I force my ears to catch the song. When sometimes I can catch a few lines and then I am really proud of myself.
Thank you. Matyi?
For me, the music is more important than the words. If I need words, then I read a poem. But if I need music, I choose instrumental music or.
Good. But sometimes you can catch lines like, I love you,
Yeah.
me too, something like
Easy
that.
Beatles.
Oh baby,
Oh,
baby,
baby,
yes,
baby.
that's it.
Yeah.
So you
Thank you very
don't
much.
even listen
Victor?
to music with words
Sorry.
in it? You don't even listen to music with singing in it? You don't like that? Or
I like it too, but for
Not
me,
because of the
more
words.
important the music.
same with me? Really?
Victor?
I usually listen to the music, to the words, and I have a favorite line is that heaven must be missing an angel, because you are with me. So I like it.
Good. Thank you very much. Now, this time we're gonna see and read one of Jamie's songs, and it's going to come up on the projector, and the first verse is going to come up, a set of lines that forms part of a song, usually have rhymes, right?
We try.
And Jamie, before you read it out, I'm going to give out another task. Would you please listen to the mood of the singer, the way the singer feels, so the mood. What mood is the singer in? Okay, that's your task. Jamie, would you read out the first verse, please?
Okay. When everything you believed in has turned to dust in your hands, you lie and stare at the ceiling, trying to understand.
Right. What mood? Kata.
Pretty depressed.
That's the word for it. Depressed. Feeling blue.
Yeah.
Down in the dumps. Right? And you feel like phoning the depression hotline. Is there a thing like that in Britain, depression hotline?
I'm sure that, yeah, they do. They have things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes you think so? What helped you, Kata, to say that the singer is depressed?
Well, that's everything you believe in turned to dust in your hands. That's not very good.
Yeah. On the contrary, it's pretty bad. Okay, now we are going to read the second verse, and is there a change in the tone of the poem? So the tone is the general feeling of a piece of writing, right? Am I right? So the mood is how you feel, and the tone is the general feeling of a piece of writing, of a poetry. And the task is there a change?
You see the storm approaching, you feel the rain on your face, but in your heart the sun is shining all over the place, shining all over your face, shining all over the place.
Victoria?
Definitely, there is a change. It is a contrast between the outside world and you stay happy in spite of all the difficulties that come.
What helped you to find the change?
But in your heart, the sun is shining all over the place.
Yeah.
And
first of all, there's this conjunction, but, and then the whole atmosphere changes a little, the whole tone changes. And we're going to listen to the chorus, which is the part of a song that is repeated. This is the chorus. And again, the same task, the tone of the chorus. What is the chorus about? Jamie, over to you again.
It's your life, the moment's here and now, take it and run. It's your time, no matter when or how, reach for the sun.
Szabolcs.
Well, I think the writer found a solution. So firstly, he was depressed, but now he's much more happier. Much happier.
Giving advice. What is this reach for the sun? Because I know reach for the stars. There's an expression like this in the English language, reach for the stars, to aim something which is very difficult to achieve. But what about this reach for the sun?
Reach for the, well, I mean, I've heard it used as reach for the sky as well. Anything, reach up as high as you can possibly go for the most untouchable thing that you can imagine.
Right. Okay. Jamie, you need your guitar again, so would you grab it, please?
Okay.
Because this time we're gonna see two words, major and minor. Would you be so kind as to play an A major? Again. And now an A minor. Again. Okay, so what is major? Matyi, in Hungarian. Would you play this? You don't know?
No.
Would you play this again? And now a minor? Victoria? Which one is dur? Major is dur and?
Minor is more.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, great.
Okay, would you do this? First, would you please play an A minor? Then a C major? G major? One more time, A minor? C major? G major? And now D major? C major? G major. It's basically the chords for your song, basically. Am I right?
I think it's, yeah, in a different key.
In a different key, but basically...
I didn't recognize it at the beginning. I was starting to get there now. It's actually, it's in B.
Uh-huh. This is the song we are going to listen to. This is a fantastic moment now, because you're going to listen to Jamie's song. So would you please roll the tape?
Turned to dust in your hands. You lie and stare at the ceiling, trying to understand. You see the storm approaching. You feel the rain on your face. But in your heart the sun is shining all over. Shining all over the place. It's your life, the moment's here and now. Take it and run.
excellent song. I mean, the beginning is a little bit depressed, but then it peps you up in a way. I mean, it really gives you energy.
It gives
right?
you the opportunity to make the chorus that much happier if you take it down at the beginning. You know, it's somewhere to go.
Right. Okay. What's the birth of this song? I mean, you're going to see a picture with two guys.
This is myself and Rutka Robbie. Robbie wrote the music for this song. I only wrote the words of this song. And this is us working in the studio a few weeks ago. As you saw as well, we met a couple of times in the studio. Now we're working very hard on the album and everything. So.
Okay, my question is that obviously this was music for a commercial. How did it come about? I mean, was it ordered, or the company liked this song very much? So how did the whole thing happen?
Myself and Robbie have been working together for about 8 or 9 years in various formations and different bands. We played together with Torch Vailazzi and we write songs very regularly. We had our own group. We get together quite a lot and we write songs, and this was one of them. And Robbie also works a lot for, doing advertising music. Some music for his advertisements, and somebody was looking for a song in English with this kind of a mood, and he showed it to them, and they liked it a lot. And
good.
And
Was it a hit abroad or?
No, not at all. No. Only here.
Only here. Are you planning to have a hit somewhere abroad, or you don't mind?
I honestly don't pay too much attention to it. I mean, I live here and I work here. I'm happy if things work here. If something happens abroad, then fine, I'll go. But it's not the most important thing for me now.
Okay, you're working on a new album, right?
Yes.
Would you be so kind as to play something for us?
Okay.
Is it sort of depressed way again, the beginning, and then?
I think it's pretty much depressed all the way through, but it doesn't get happy at all. It's the first song, and I'll try this. Tears when we rise in the morning, pain in the light of the day. Lies in your eyes when you're stolen. Gonna be okay. No one can tell you what I did. Take you through the stars and the rain. There's a hole in the soul that you've opened. You never fill again. Don't you know I'm better than him? 'Cause I can see you've been lonely without me. Can't you say he's nothing like me? 'Cause I can see you've been lonely. Etc.
I wish I could play this song with you.
I'll teach it to you anytime. Our next show we'll try.
All right. So how was it in Irish again?
Slante.
Slante. Would you please take your cups? And I would like to say thank you for coming. And I've enjoyed this show immensely. And I do hope that we're going to play together sometime. Because this kind of type of music is very close to my heart, so to speak. So, Slante.
Cheers.
And goodbye for now, and see you next week. Slante.